Yes or no, you should not. Yes or no.
Veterans organizations that will help our veterans get every damn thing that they deserve because they signed on the dotted line.
Yes or no.
Just like
yes or no, you should not. Yes or no.
Veterans organizations that will help our veterans get every damn thing that they deserve because they signed on the dotted line. Just like
yes or no, you should not. Yes or no.
Veterans organizations that will help our veterans get every.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up. Hopefully, you hit that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams is to simply hit the like button. All right? Biden. I honestly don't know what to say. In our last live stream, we talked ad nauseum about how Biden is seemingly trying to blow everything up on his way out the door. Just get rid of everything. Allegedly. Y'all like, how in the world does this tie into Biden? Well, watch this right here. This video came up from 2 years ago. 2 daggone years ago. And watch what Biden says if you have not seen it already. And also, guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. Y'all could be doing anything with your time, but y'all chose to spend with me, and I really appreciate that. I really do. All right. Check this out right here, man. This is Biden from 2 years ago, allegedly. And listen to what he says. He barely gets through the sentence.
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at.
Now,
whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that worth being looked at. But that's all I'll say.
He really didn't say much, but he just said, I think he should be investigated for doing business outside of the country. We need to look into his foreign affairs. Pretty much the same thing that conservatives have been saying about Biden and his family for the longest, right? But when they said, it sounds reasonable because the conservatives are always liars and always conspiracy theorists, never right on anything you say, right? But everything you have said so far has turned out to be true. Hold on one second. I need to pull up these daggone comments. Everything you have said so far has turned out to be true. All right? And he barely even got through the sentences. I don't know what was going on with him. They said that this was 2 years ago, right? That this was 2 years ago, and he seems just as mentally disconnected as he is today. Watch this right here. Now, this is what he's actually talking about, just in case you don't know why I played that in the first place. Apparently, he's been investigated. He's been investigated right now, not Biden, but Elon Musk. Hold on one second. Where is that daggone thing? I thought I sent it to myself. I am all over the place, guys. My bad. Hold on one second. I thought I sent it to my Twitter, my X account, but I did not. Hold on one second. SEC, Elon Musk. Okay, here we go. All right, so basically what's happening in this post right here is talking about how the SEC is suing Elon Musk right now. And I'm looking for the original story because I posted, okay, here it is right now. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission have already sued Elon, alleging he failed to properly disclose his ownership of X, which allowed him to buy shares at artificially low prices, right? They're trying to say he has some insider trading going on. He has some information. This is the same thing that you guys been saying about Nancy Pelosi, right? So Just quick question. Are they starting a rabbit hole that they're going to wish they never even opened? Is this what's happening? They're saying that he is cheating the system. So right now, what he's been accused of is what Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi have been accused of for the longest, right? Did anyone look into their business dealings? Did anybody look into Doug Emhoff's business dealings? 2 years ago, we already heard Joe Biden say, we need to look into Elon Musk. Figure him out. Try to figure out what's going on with him. If he has any inappropriate business dealings with people outside of our country and other things. He couldn't even finish the sentence because he was told to say that. And like I said before, they said that this video that I just now played was from 2 years ago. And he sound just as, if not more, mentally disconnected, mentally unstable then as he do now. So again, what they're suing for, they're saying that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, they're suing him alleging that he failed to properly disclose his ownership of X. He did not say it was him. He must have said, I don't know the guy. I'm not connected to him whatsoever. And they said that allowed him to buy shares at a ridiculously low price because he didn't disclose that he was, in fact, the owner. Now I want to know how truthful this is. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dolores. Hi, my LFR family. She's speaking to you all. She said, God bless y'all, man. They said, God bless you too. That's what they said. Now we got to look into this. All right. So one of these says Elon Musk bought X well above market value. I don't know if you can see this right here. Let me go and show it to you. All right. So this person said that Elon bought X for well above market value, and it was worth barely half of what he paid for. All right. Someone else says fake news. CNN is trying to take down a true patriot and innovator like Elon Musk. This is just another example of the deep state. I can't say that. Trying to silence those who dare to challenge their power. SEC is just a tool of the swamp, trying to stifle innovation and progress. Question though, did he say that he was owner before he started to buy shares? Because basically, this is what they're alleging. Hold on one second. Here's some more specifics right here. It says and this is from CNN, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission sued Elon Musk on Tuesday for failing to properly disclose his ownership of X, then known as Twitter, which allowed him to buy shares of the platform at artificially low prices. This is what they're saying. Before he closed his $44 million deal to buy Twitter in October of 2022, Musk began to acquire a significant number of Twitter shares. By March 2022, he owned more than 5% of the company's common stock and was required to disclose that to the SEC within 10 calendar days. The filing alleged that Musk failed to disclose that information. So, if they're simply suing him for this situation right here, then they have a case though, right? If in March he had 5%, he owned 5% of Twitter, of company stock, and he was supposed to disclose that to SEC within 10 days, they actually have a case, right? No? Feel free to help me out. I really want to know this because I'm trying to have this. If this is in fact how things are moving forward. I think things should move this way for everyone across the board. We saw who started this investigation right here. I think we should look into him. And they started. Look, they went back 2 years to October 2022. They started looking into something that they can pin him on. And obviously, they're trying to get the platform back so that they can be able to do whatever the hell they want to do on it, so they can be able to censor as much as possible. Community knows they still not buying into that mess. They're trying to get whatever they can get on the way out the door. So do they in fact have a case? Some of you may be very knowledgeable in this field. I'm leaning on you for this. So what, 55% okay, not 5%. I call BS. Hey, I guess, are they saying if he has any stock ownership whatsoever? Or I guess they look at that as such a high stake. But usually, before somebody acquire a company anyway, they study that company and they get a little bit of acquisition in the beginning, like they purchase shares. If it's public already, they'll start to purchase shares. They're investing in it. They're seeing their dollars work and move in the right direction. But they are also seeing mismanagement. And if they can calculate how much they can benefit off of it, if they do the proper business deal, yeah, they will buy it. But is 5% that number that he has disclosed? Does he have to disclose every single share, every penny that he owned? He was talking about buying it. He probably bought the stocks, so they were forced to disclose company stuff. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. A president that embezzles taxpayers' money suing someone. We should all sue Biden to get our money back from Ukraine or their offshore bank accounts. I agree 1,000%. Yeah, I'm really trying to learn something about this right here. He did buy it, but did he have to? See, the question isn't did he buy it or how many shares in the company did he own? The question is, did he have to disclose that information within 10 business days? And is that worth being sued over? Not disclosing that information within 10 business days, is that worth being sued over? Because I assume that, every company has to go through the same exact thing. Are they sued for this? Is there some type of fine that they have to pay? Is there another way that they can deal with this without suing him? And it's public. They know how public it's going to be. So what exactly are they trying to accomplish from this? Here we go. If he didn't properly disclose, he's in trouble. Registered stockbroker here. Now, King David lives. Registered stockbroker. I'm going to ask you. Him being in trouble, does that mean that he should receive a fine or should he be sued? And if you know more about this, do you how did they get to this point where they have to sue him? That's what I want to understand. And I know, and you already know it's politically motivated. Completely 100% politically motivated. So that's another thing. Since it's politically motivated, can he sue them now? Because clearly, I don't know. I think Elon Musk might have a case. Let me see. They're falsely accusing him of insider trading. What they're saying is that there was no chance of the shares of the company being worth less after his purchase, which very well could have happened. So they saying that you're not supposed to buy all of those shares if you know that you're about to buy the company. Is that what they're saying? And if you're going to buy all those shares, you need to let us know before or after you buy the company. because he didn't close the deal yet. He closed the deal 7 months later. He closed the deal 7 months later after he owned 5% of the company. This is interesting, man. This is that big boy money talk right here. This will probably go away in 6 days. I want to know if they actually have a case though. That's right. Just digging to hurt. Just hurt him because he is with President-elect Trump. Absolutely, bro. 1,000%. Didn't they put Martha Stewart in prison for insider trading? They sure did. Martha Stewart did some time. She did some real time too. Was this the same thing? And is this the same thing that Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi did? And will they be pardoned by Biden? Answer that for me. Are they accusing Elon Musk of doing the same thing that Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi is doing? And will they be pardoned by Joe Biden? Because this seems weird. We need to look into them. Just in case you're just now pulling up, guys, this is the video that I showed before. That came directly from my X page. And it is Joe Biden talking about how they should look into him. And they're actually doing so.
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that worth being looked at.
Listen to this part.
Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that worth being looked at.
Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm not suggesting that. I just said it just to put in your mind. Because if he was doing things appropriately, then why would you put his name in the hat to be investigated? So stupid. That's so dumb. We should look into him because I think he's doing great things. We should look into Elon Musk because I think we're going to find some remarkable things about him. He's so full of sugar honey iced tea, bro. Why you got to be so fake about it? Not that he's doing anything inappropriate, because that's not what we're talking about. Not because he's doing anything that we're hoping to find and he's doing something wrong so we can tie it to Trump. Not that we don't want to find anything out like that. We don't even think that he's doing anything wrong with Trump. But if we find something like that, that would be great. He is so full of crap, man. That's our boy right there, bro. That is our boy. Yeah, I see you, Biden, man. Biden is something else. Biden is something else. Check this out.
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that worth being looked at. But that's all I'll say.
That's all he'll say, because that's all he could say. It was very difficult for him to say that little bit, as we just now sat here and watched him try. And, you know what I mean, he had a message. And the words he had to say was about 3 lines, and it took him 4 days. It was Christmas Eve when he started saying it. It is literally January 14th, 2025, when he's done saying it. That's wild. And no, I'm not making fun of the senior citizens at all. Although most of you are probably asleep right now if you're his age. But I'm not making fun of senior citizens. I just think that that brother is he's out of his daggone mind for real, man. For real. Came across this. I thought you guys might well, not this one right here. It was another one that I had earlier today. This lady right here was questioning Pete Hegseth. And something interesting about this was on this post. Someone said, to sum up the Pete Hegseth hearings, a drunk accuses him of alcoholism. So if y'all know the answers to this, please help me out inside of the chat. I'm just going to give y'all what they're saying. So in the Pete Hegseth hearing, a drunk accuses Pete Hegseth of alcoholism. Okay, that's one. So I need the name of the drunk that they're talking about. A cheater accuses him of cheating. Okay. Do you know that answer? The cheater that's accusing him of cheating. A stolen valor that's accusing him of lying. Okay, it's those three right there. So the drunk accusing him of alcoholism. So Macy is the drunk. Macy is the drunk. Okay. Macy is the drunk. Who is the cheater accusing him of the cheater? Timmy is the drunk. So Tim Kaine is the drunk. Warren is, which one is Warren? Oh, it's Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine is the drunk. Let me see here. Who's the liar? Warren is the liar, right? Tim Kaine was Hillary's running mate. Okay, in 2016. Okay. All right, because I didn't watch the entire thing. But watch this right here, because this one right here is getting crazy, crazy views. And there's another one of him talking to Warren too. Apparently, she must have referred to him as a general, and she gave him some type of analogy that was about generals moving up to another position or something like that. And he's just said, yo, I'm not a general. And everybody just started busting out laughing at her because I guess that was the mic drop moment. So I have to show y'all that before we roll out. All right, here we go.
No. Multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do you
News
know that
run directly
drinking on the job
contradictory to
is
the dozens of men and women at
not
Fox News
contemplated?
Channel
And
who I work with
I'm
who
not
came
hearing
on
the
the
answer to my
record
question.
and said they
In your
never
opening
see
statement,
that.
Mr. Hegseth, no.
Multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do you
News
know that
run directly
drinking on the job
contradictory to the
is
dozens of men and women at
not
Fox News
contemplated?
Channel
And
who I work with
I'm
who
not
came
hearing
on
the
the
answer to my
record
question.
and said they
In your
never
opening
see
statement,
that.
Mr. Hegseth, no.
Okay, so she sounds a little bit of inebriated, maybe. I don't know. She sounds she possibly might be the drunk. Or is he the drunk? Are they both drunk? I know y'all not gonna say that Pete Hegseth, and I don't think that. I think he would take this seriously enough to not be drinking during this, in my opinion. But which one are they saying? Are they saying that this lady because she's slurring her words? So she's the one. Okay, that's the one that they're saying. So but that's not Kaine. That's Hirono. And Kaine is the lunatic. Tim Kaine is the lunatic. That's the one that ran with Hillary Clinton. Okay, she's definitely the drunk. Okay. All right. See, y'all be helping me out, man. Y'all definitely be helping the brother out. I really appreciate that. And this is the one right here that made everybody start to chuckle a bit. I think this is Warren.
You're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years. You're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
You'll be the one, let us just be clear, in charge of the generals. You're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years. You're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
You'll
Okay. All right. So just from the words alone, is she implying that he was once a general, or because she's saying that you are going to be in charge of many generals? And okay, you're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years, but you're not willing to make that same pledge? Okay, because he's not a general. Why should he make that pledge? Why was she? I don't, maybe I missed the point. Maybe I missed the point. Did I miss the point? I'm sure I missed the point. I'm not the quickest when it comes to politics. I'm completely missing this point. He's not a general, so I see why people laugh, but was she saying something deeper than that? Did he miss her point? She never has a point. Okay, so she was just free balling. Okay. Okay. All right. So she was just freestyling. All right. Let me see here. And this right here shows Trump, I guess, destroying Senator Warren before. So I want y'all to see this too. Here we go.
Elizabeth Warren, she seems to have made it her job.
Who, Pocahontas? Pocahontas, well, no, look, she is.
It's very offensive.
You tell me, really? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas, is that what you said? Elizabeth Warren? She is, no, she tweets a lot about me. Every once in a while I'll tweet. And when I tweet, not that many people are watching her tweets. When I tweet, they watch. I will say this, look, she is a senator that's highly overrated. She's passed very little legislation. She has been a real disaster for a lot of people, including the Democrats, who frankly can't stand her, many of the Democrats. Just ask Hillary Clinton how she likes her. And I would say this, I'll debate anybody. I don't care. I'd debate her. But she's done very little for Massachusetts. And the beautiful thing is when I won Massachusetts with many people running against me, I got up to almost 50%. And she was fighting me. So I really think if her record was exposed, and the fact that she was a Native American, she said she was Native American, but she wasn't able to document it. She said, well, I have high cheekbones. You see, I have high cheekbones, so I'm a Native American. And she then, I don't know if you'd call it a fraud or not, but she was able to get into various schools because of the fact she applied as a Native American and probably able to get other things. I think.
Oh, what? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So she makes up. So first of all, he calls her Pocahontas. Okay. Hold on. Time out. So I've heard Pocahontas before. I never understood why. Okay. So it was all because of a lie that she made up. It wasn't because I listen, guys, hold on. Somebody said old news. Don't do that to me, Teresa. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Listen. I'm new to this stuff, so give me some grace. So she made up the lie that she was a Native American. So Trump, being the troll master that he is, picked a Native American name, called her that, to troll her whenever he possibly could. That is genius. No, I did not know that. That is crazy. All because she says that she has high cheekbones and she claimed to be Native American to get moved to the front of the line. Wow. She claimed that's fraud. That's fraud. She presented herself as another protected group in order to take advantage of affirmative action. Get the hell out of here. Wow. So he made up a name just to troll her. That is genius, bro. She tried to lie so she can take advantage of affirmative action with her no good. That's genius. What's going on, Mike? The Dad Crosby. My wife, blonde hair, blue eyed, has more Native American in her blood than Warren does. My wife never tried to check that box. That's somebody who wants to cheat the system. Hey, I gotta give her, man. I'm sorry. I gotta play this. Now that I have context, I have to play this one more time, uninterrupted, so I can get the fullness of it. See, y'all don't listen, don't fuss at me because I'm late to the party. That's what it's all about. Now I can explain it to other people that are late to the daggone party. I'm not the only person that's late to the party. I represent a community of people who are late to the party. Wow, that is disrespectful. So him calling her Pocahontas is actually an insult to real Native people who don't want to be compared to a white woman that's trying to commandeer their name by using her white supremacy. She's a culture vulture. She's a culture vulture.
Warren, she seems to have made it her job.
Who, Pocahontas? Pocahontas. Well, no, look, she is
Very offensive.
You tell me.
Very offensive.
I'm sorry about that. Pocahontas. So what you said? Elizabeth Warren. She is no. She tweets a lot about me. Every once in a while, I'll tweet. And when I tweet, not that many people are watching her tweets. When I tweet, they watch. I will say this. Look, she is a senator that's highly overrated. She's passed very little legislation. She has been a real disaster for a lot of people, including the Democrats, who frankly can't stand her, many of the Democrats. Just ask Hillary Clinton how she likes her. And I would say this, I'll debate anybody. I don't care. I'd debate her. But she's done very little for Massachusetts. And the beautiful thing is when I won Massachusetts with many people running against me, I got up to almost 50%. And she was fighting me. So I really think if her record was exposed and the fact that she was a Native American, she said she was Native American, but she wasn't able to document it. She said, well, I have high cheekbones. You see, I have high cheekbones, so I'm a Native American. And she then, I don't know if you'd call it a fraud or not, but she was able to get into various schools because of the fact she applied as a Native American and probably able to get other things. I think she's as Native American as I am, okay? That I will tell you. But she's a woman that's been very ineffective, other than she's got a big mouth.
Hey, man. Let me tell y'all something, bro. The guy grew up hanging around black people when he got into business. He was hanging around rappers. He's hanging around rappers and inside of clubs and stuff. He's chilling with black people, white people. This dude is doing business and all over the place, chilling with Hollywood stars. He know how to play the game, man. Don't try to set yourself up to be something you're not, but then try to come down on somebody else for being something that they are not. Then we check out Matthew 7 verses 3-5 earlier today, where it says, and I think I still has it up. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? Yep. And that's what they try to do. And the fact that Trump throws it back at them, they hate it. They hate it. He boomerangs whatever hate comes his way. It goes right back to him and smacks him right in the forehead, right between the eyes. Pow. And they can't stand it. Thank you so much for the super chat, T-Paul, and for the prayer. Much appreciated, big dog. Thank you so much, man. Definitely keep the faith. Wow. I'm glad I have context on that now. Senator Warren made up that she was Native American. tried to prove it, but didn't have documentation. Was there documentation? And is she saying that her people lost her documentation, or she got her blood done and it never said it? Like, what's going on with that part? Did she actually go through with trying to provide proof? Because this is absolutely hilarious. Because then the troll king Trump the troll king, Trollathon Trump, jumped on it with like the most perfect name like that. And then had the black community thinking that he was being racist because that's what she said. She said that to the Democrats. How could he call her Pocahontas? He just made that up because that's like calling somebody Ling Ping because they got slanted eyes and they look Asian. Ching Pong, Ming Dong. Like if you see somebody that's Asian and you call them Ming Dong, that right there is like the level of trolling that Trump is doing. That's like seeing an African person and you say, oh, Boke. That is like the level of trolling that Trump is doing. That's like seeing somebody who claim that they're black and you call them Tyrone, Deshaun, Get Money, O'Shea, Jenkins the third. That's the level of trolling that Trump is doing. You want to act like it. Somebody said that she's the the OG Rachel Dolezal. That's what I was calling Kamala. If you know, you know. But Kamala played the role, bro. She got into HBCUs. She became an AKA. If you're gonna be that dedicated, you deserve to be called black. Listen, she earned it. She earned it through the mud. You want to talk about merit? When you want to talk about working for something, that's something that she worked for. She need to put that on her resume. That's the most impressive part about her resume. All the work that she did to become black. Like Trump, when Trump was talking to the he was talking to the young journalist of it was some journalist association that he sat on the stage with 3 other black women, and already the tension of him being there was just thick as hell. They did not want him to be there at all. He was not supposed to be people was pissed off at them young ladies for even agreeing to platform Trump, even agreeing to interview him. Like we hate him so much that we don't want him interviewed. And this is a whole organization of black journalists. How in the hell are you going to call yourself a journalist, but then go straight emotional and say what you not going to do? See, that's the problem with black people right now. We always take our ass to work, but they claim what we not going to do based off of our emotions, based off of how we're feeling about that day. I got a headache and I ain't doing a damn thing. And my supervisor better not come in here saying shh, because I ain't got time for it. I didn't come to work to do no work. I know y'all listen, raise your hand if you got a coworker like that. If you got a coworker like that, do me a favor and just put a number 1 or 100 inside of the chat, because I'm sure every single one of y'all got a daggone coworker like that. Stop playing. Who just decide that they not going to do it today. I'm not feeling like it. I'm just not feeling like it. I'm not doing nothing. They better not say nothing to me. That's what we're doing, man. So we make it up in our minds. So Kamala, she worked her ass off to be black. Y'all may say that she don't, but she worked her ass off. Even when you see her giving her speeches, she's trying to throw some black swang in it, some black twang in it. Talking about the greens she cook in her bathtub. Talking about cooking greens. Huh? This lady is, come on. I mean, come on, bruh. But it was all set up. I don't know a lot of people know this or not, but her little sister actually worked under Hillary Clinton before Kamala was even selected to run alongside Biden as the VP. Her little sister actually worked under Hillary Clinton for a while. But yeah, I call Kamala Rachel Dolezal. Definitely. She worked her tail off, bro. She went to a HBCU. She learned all the dances. She tried to be cool, but then at the end of the day, they didn't like her. You were being used, sweetheart. You were being used, and that's unfortunate. Love you. I love you like a play cousin. I love you like a sister in Christ, but you were being used, man. The same thing that they try to say about all of the black people, every single black person that stood up to say something nice about Trump during the campaign. Whenever he went out to one of his rallies and there was a black person speaking positively about him, like Tim Scott, they made fun of Tim Scott. They're still trying to make fun of Tim Scott simply because Trump did not pick him to have a seat in his administration. Something real high. Why didn't he pick him for VP? He up there trying to be a Sambo for Trump. He trying to be the black for Trump. Nah, everybody don't look at it that way. See, that's the thing about the black people. I have to say this, and y'all always wonder why I'm always talking about race. White people are done talking about race. It says race, everything about race. They just want to stop that. And black people feel like, yo, no, let's talk about it. We got to talk about it, because if we continue to talk about it, maybe we can get something for it. Because I need to keep reminding you that we are the ones that's the victim. We are the ones that was disenfranchised. We are the ones that can't get forward without you helping us. We need this. We need that. You're not done yet. Remember the times when you had that sign on the window saying whites only, or saying that the black people got coming through the back? We need to remind you all the time. February is next month. We're going to remind you every single day. Listen, that's why we get 28 days out of the year to remind you that race is important. We need to talk about it. We can't forget about it. We can't forget about it. And white people like, chill. Like, okay, you black. And do you work hard? Do you love God? Do you love this country? Come here, give me a hug. Come here, give me a hug. Let's go. Because we on the same side. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But black people will look at you like, no, we need to see representation. There's only one black person over there. We need to see 1,000 more black people. We need to see 15,000 more black people. Ain't no black people over there. It don't look fun. I'm not going. The black people that do go to his rallies are probably getting beat up, because there's not enough black people over there. It's not enough representation. I'm scared to go over there. If I come in there, you're not going to hit me, are you? You remember that video I posted? I don't know if a lot of you seen the video that I posted. It was a black man that went to a Trump rally. That was one of the very first videos that I checked out that made me really dive into political content, because I was interested too. I wanted to see, because the reason why I'm talking about it like this is because I know, bro. I know what they're looking for. They like Tim Scott is the only guy over there speaking for Trump. So that means that if Trump think like us, if Trump also has a mind of diversity, equity, and inclusion, he would hire Tim Scott. He will hire Byron Donalds. If Trump also has the mind of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, like we do, then he will hire Tim Scott, or he will hire Byron Donalds. If Trump has the DEI mindset that we have, he will find something for Candace to do. The fact that Trump don't have the DEI mindset that we have, why is he reaching out to HBCUs to come perform at his inauguration when he don't like black people? Because if you don't have the DEI mindset, then you clearly don't like black people. Some people wonder why I always talk about race. That's why. Because there's the disconnect right there. If you don't have a whole bunch of people who represent black culture publicly, and they can't count the number of blacks, then you, to them, do not care for black people. And they have to remind you. So talking about race is something that we have to talk about. I got to remind you of what you did to me and why it's important that you help me now, because I can't do it on my own. I have no bootstraps. I have no laces. I have no nothing. Massa is good to me. Massa send me checks. Massa got programs for me to join. Massa put me in the front of the line. Massa makes sure that there's always 20% of the applications there just for me. Massa gonna make sure that I'm okay. That might fall a little wrong on some people, but I don't give a damn. I wanted to. I need y'all to pay attention. I love how you keep faith. So many have turned their back on God. Rock on, brother, because we are all brothers and sisters in God's eyes. I absolutely believe that. And we all got our own walk, guys. Like, following God don't look one way. Y'all already know that. I'm sure I'm talking to a whole bunch of Christians out there, people who just love God, but you're not perfect. And you know you're not perfect. Whether it be from your deeds or from things that go through your mind, things that come out of your mouth, little nasty mouths. Maybe you curse sometimes like me. Maybe some things in your heart, like you wish, the worst on the worst people, like the people who are taking babies and doing things with them. And I watched some Alex Jones. I'm not going to talk about it, but he was talking about trafficking to the UK. And he broke that whole thing down. And I promise you, man, my heart hurt just listening to it. My heart hurts for them kids, bro. My heart hurt for them kids, man. I'm not going to talk about it on this channel because I might get in trouble, but my heart hurt for them. They are actually running a full-blown industry with our children. A full-blown industry. I'm talking about from the people who take them, to the people who store them, to the people who sell them, to the people who buy them, to the people who broker the purchasing of them. All of the different gangs that are involved, all of the people who are in political positions all around the world that are involved. People who just take them to people that want to use their bodies. And then when their bodies are used up, you have people who want to buy them so they can just get rid of them, whether publicly or privately. And that's not even the end. After that, you have those that want to buy their organs. So I'm talking about full industry that happened to our kids. It is so unsettling. It's crazy. There are actual transcripts that match this. This is not conspiracy theory. Actual whistleblowers who are involved, heavily involved. These are not conspiracies. So I'm saying all that to say this. Make sure you guys stay close to God, man. I'm talking about your own personal relationship. Understand that God is your father. Okay? And he loves you the same way you love your own kids, same way that you should, on a level that you'll never reach. But just understand that God loves you. None of us are. That's why we're all here, man. That's why we're all here. So, and that's why we pray for one another. So that's why I'm more conservative than I am liberal anymore. I still understand the conservative mindset to a T. I understand it because I've been that. I've been that for my entire life. I would never forget that. I know why people are liberal. I get it 1000%. I know why people choose socialism over many other things. I know why. But what I don't get is why they just won't open their minds and listen. Why they won't open their eyes and pay attention. Like the things that the kids are doing, the actions that are coming from blue cities are just nuts. The amount of lives that are being lost from blue cities and blue states are nuts. Crazy. And they all attribute it to the white man or to this racist system that we have in this country, not taking any responsibility whatsoever. I was one of them knuckleheads. I used to like to throw rocks at police cars, throw rocks inside of people's apartments, steal cars, go down to the mall with my friends and practice our punches with random grown men. We never hit women, we never hit girls, but random grown men. We never hit boys our age either. Most times we didn't even want to start anything with boys. We wanted to practice our punches to see if we could knock somebody out. This was something we did often. And then we'll have somebody's father running up the damn street and we're running behind him, chasing him and doing things. I was that kid. God had to get in front of me to calm me the hell down. God sent me my wife. That's why I will always honor her. Have I been perfect in our marriage? Hell no, I have not. It takes a minute for us to become what God wants us to be. That don't just happen overnight. That don't just happen simply because you have a calling or you have a relationship with God that you're going to automatically be this person that God wants you to be, as God is calling you to be. That don't happen that way. It doesn't. That's why when Pete Hegseth was sitting in front of them, when Donald Trump was sitting in front of them, when Donald Trump was first introduced as a conservative presidential candidate, this dude had all the qualifications, all the wherewithal. Everybody loved him, but him being conservative, they just put everything against him. All of his friends turned into his enemies like overnight. And that right there told me something. It was like, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to like this guy anymore. After I didn't watch his TV shows, after I didn't seen all of the love that a lot of people that I know show him all this love, I'm not supposed to like him anymore. All because he said that Barack Obama is not from this country. He started a birther movement that was beating my head that you can't like him. He's racist. He's starting a birther movement trying to call Barack Obama a DEI hire before DEI was even, that was the first, the birther movement was like a whistleblowing to Democrats, right? It was telling us not to support this guy because he's a racist. But then to later find out, first of all, I don't think that's racism. I think he's trying to keep it down to the law. Like, can you be a president if you are not from here or what? Don't you have to be a citizen in order to be a president? I'm just trying to say. So that's what I thought he was doing. So I really didn't, I didn't take it as racism then, but here's the thing. It's crazy, man. And the fact he's questioning, I thought it was all right. But the birtherism actually started by Hillary Clinton. She was the very first person that looked into it. I spoke about this before. She was the very first person that started this whole birther movement. And that's the only reason why I'm bringing that up, even though I don't think that that's racist. I will have to look more into it in order to fully understand why people will call it racist. But she started that birther movement. She was running against him. She was having him investigated. She was trying to get him disqualified. She was finding out dirt on her opponent. That's what politicians do, right? They get dirty, right? So then when so everything that Trump was presenting to people was like, y'all already heard it already. He's not from here. Y'all already heard it already. But those 5 guys, the Carter 5, they did it. Now we got to deal with them the way they should be dealt with. These are investigations and things that were put out from other Democratic leaders before he even entered. And he entered as a conservative. He was just using that information. And he wasn't even in politics when he said anything about the Carter 5. So I just think it's all BS, man. I think it's all BS. Love LFR family. Dana Mitchell, thank you so much. Love you too. I really appreciate that. That mean a lot. That mean a lot, for real. Thank you so much, Dana. It do. It mean a lot, man. Y'all don't have to give a damn about me. You don't have to give a damn about my channel, my family, nothing. But you do. And for every content creator that you show love to and you work with, I want to say thank you for them as well. I thank you for being nice and kind and being willing to share information with content creators. Because we are out here to learn, and here you are just helping us out every step of the way. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Mike, the Dad Crosby, listen to the conscience of the Holy Spirit. Look to Christ to guide you back to the path directly to God. Constant struggle for us is fallen. Constant struggle for us fallen. Okay, you a little poetic, bro. And you clearly love God. You clearly love God. That's amazing. T-Paul. What's going on, T-Paul? I'll match that, man. I'll match that Van tells truth with love because of our Savior. Love is the greatest part of being a Christian. Love all. I agree. And if anybody wonder why, and thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. If anybody wonder why I speak the way I speak about any daggone thing, it's because of my relationship with God. But this Pocahontas thing was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. I am so glad I got context now. She tried to fake like she was a Native American. She got busted, and Trump trolled the heck out of her with a Native American's name. And then she tried to play the race card. And I always wondered why she was playing the race card. Bruh, this is hilarious. It's hilarious. And I'm so appreciative that I have context now, bro. 4 years later or 8 years later. I think it's dope. All right, before we go, for anybody who's been in a relationship before or who is in a relationship, I want you to see something that I posted on my X page. Because my thoughts on this may be a little off. Here's my thing. This young lady, she's trying to meet somebody. And she went to a dating show on YouTube. You know, the young people, they have these now. They have dating shows. And on this dating show, she was a little aggressive. And I want you to see, she was like a go-getter. She was saying, you know, I'm untamed. You got to tame me. She had this type of mentality like, I'm not coming the door to do anything. You're going to have to teach me and beat me into doing it. You're going to have to beat me into submission. That's the type of vibe that she had. But I want y'all to see this because my opinion about it is a little different than what most people may think it is, but it really matches what most people believe. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Watch this, man. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Just don't leave. Don't leave. I promise you, if you've ever loved before, if you've ever been in a relationship before, then you will understand exactly what I'm about to say. But I want y'all to see how these young people are going about being in relationships today. Check this out.
I feel like I give boss and I'm very dominant.
I don't give a fuck what you give.
But you know what the thing is with me? I need somebody that knows how to tame me real good. So you have to
Are
know
you a
how
fucking
to.
caged animal? Why the fuck I gotta tame you?
I am a caged animal.
That's a problem. You need therapy.
No,
okay?
I've been to therapy.
Niggas don't need to tame a woman. Why the fuck would I want to come home after dealing with all that shit and then have to tame my girl? Like as if you some animal.
It's not like you have to tame me in a sense of like if there's something going on every single day. It has to do with like, you know, a day-to-day thing as far as like, you know, I might be in a bad mood or I might be trying to do something that I want to do and you're telling me not to do what I want to do and I might want to do it. So that might be combative for me because I'm very bossy. I'm very bossy. I'm sorry. I like things my way or the fucking highway.
She talking about, oh, I'm 27, you know what I'm saying? And I like things my way or the highway. Whoop, whoop. Well, listen to me. This is why you're at a dating show inside of a studio right now. Okay? Because you're still dealing with these issues. Okay?
All right. The reason why I pulled that up. Listen, and Lisa Marie is absolutely 100% correct. She is 100% correct. Now, I want y'all to notice something. I'm just going to show y'all a little. Now, I'm not going to play any more of it, but I just want you to see just how she presents herself, how she's dressed, those other type of things. She's showing off her body. She wants to show the best parts of her. She's a little thickum snack. In Black culture, that's definitely sought after. Flat stomach, a big booty, big breasts, and look like she is ready to do anything that's nasty. She's ready to get down. Like, she don't even look like she'll make somebody put on a condom. That's how nasty it looks. I'm not talking about nasty like get out of my face, but nasty like anybody that's out on a freak party with their friends and they're just looking to do things that's nasty all day and just collect diseases all day. She will be perfect for that. Here's what I got to say about that. Listen, I just had to break that down to y'all because you see how she's dressed and you see how the young man is dressed too. He's dressed for those type of women. He's trying to meet that type of woman. So she says she just wants what she wants and she has to be tamed. She's spoiled based off of how she looks. She's used to getting her way from the level of men that she let do things to her. And he says, clearly, you're not successful at it because you wouldn't be on one of these shows right now. And forget about the language, but he's saying that if I got to go to work all day and I got to come home, I don't want to come home to someone who's going to be this aggressive, who's going to be this combative. I don't want to have to make you do anything for me. I don't want to have to make you want to be my peace or because I'm going to be your peace. I'm going to make sure that your life is a certain type of way and you're not going to have to force me to do it. I don't want to have to force you to do the things that I expect of you as the woman in my life. Here's what I have to say to this young lady. She needs to like present herself a little better. First off, she ain't got to show everything. She's already very she's very thick. All of her parts show. She ain't got to show too much, right? So she can be a little bit more classy in that regard. But here's the thing that young ladies don't know. When you do things the way God wants you to do things, present yourself to be his helpmate and put him first as the king of your home, the head of the household. Just make sure he meets the qualifications. You don't just do that with anybody who don't meet the qualifications. If he don't look like he can take care of you, don't even give him your body. But that's the first thing that these youngins are doing that's wrong. They're giving away their body a little too fast. They giving up head on the first night. Listen, we all adults. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They giving up head on the first night. They giving up box on the first night. Some of them taking it in the back pocket in the first night. You know what I mean? And they would do all of these things because maybe they think that this is what they need in order to grab them. I need to like really grab onto this person and let them know I'm serious so that they won't go away from me. Not realizing that the person that gets it that fast have absolutely no respect for you. And that's one thing that's going to turn him away from you giving it up so quickly. So that's a gamble. Not saying that always is the case, because I know people who have been in relationships for a long time, been married for years, and they gave it up. Like the first day, first week, that's not always the case. I'm talking about what works mostly. Presenting yourself like the young woman that you are, presenting yourself like if you believe you're a prize, present yourself as that, but also present yourself as their helpmate. And you say you want to be the boss, you want to be in charge, you want to make sure that he is doing what you want him to do. Listen, if you do things God's way, you're going to end up with all of that. A lot of women, like she says she wants to be the boss. You're not supposed to say it. You're supposed to go after it. You're supposed to do research on what it takes to be a good woman, good wife, good helpmate. And then once you become a wife, once you become that part of the family that's irreplaceable, that knows everything about everybody in the house, knows about like the running of the house backwards and front, everybody walk on eggshells to make sure that you're fine and that you're okay because you are mom. You are always protected. If you do things properly, you will end up being the boss anyway. You can be that 5'2" young lady dating a 6'4", 300-pound, all muscle guy, and he will still do every single thing you want him to do. And so will your kids. But you got to present yourself as that mighty young woman that's willing to be his helpmate, willing to do things to show that you deserve to be spoiled. That's something you got to earn. You can't just kick the door open on the first day because you got a nice body, believing that you're going to be spoiled. Nah, the way you've been spoiled so far has not been doing you any, has been doing you a disservice. They've been spoiling you with sex and money. How's that been for you? Now you're lonely and you got all these bad memories of all these guys that shouldn't have been given what you've given them so far. And now they can tell all their friends and just continue to be freaks as much as they possibly want. You're just a part of their story at this point. But if you play your cards right, you will end up being the boss any daggone way. Men are the head of the household, but we do anything for the queen of the household. The queen of the household ends up being the boss for real. And I'm talking about the matriarch is well respected down the line for that. Patriarch definitely have our job as well. But we still run it. We still are the kings and everything. But you play your cards right, these women end up finding out that they actually do run things in the end by simply being softer, being more patient, being more loving. You know what I mean? Still being, don't take no sugar honey iced tea. You ain't got to be passive. Nobody's telling you to be no sucker. As a matter of fact, if you find the right man, he'll teach you how to have that soft aggression. He'll teach you how to not be passive and still be able to take care of yourself in the event of something happening to him. If he's a good man. If he's a good man, he'll make sure that you are equipped in the event of something happening to him. So you will have all of those things in your toolbox if you do things properly. This for all the young ladies that think like her, that move like her, because sometimes people think that their sex appeal is what's going to capture a man and keep a man. But the older you get, you're going to realize that it's very difficult to maintain that sex appeal. And looking at social media now, it's very easy for people to get them a little, a quick, hit, dopamine hit of sex appeal on our phones, on our computers. It's not the same anymore. So you definitely got to be more authentic, or like you got to be a real, like, sweet, good person. You got to be a good person if you want a good person. You know what I mean? That's how because good people are protected. And our third eye is open and we know how to get by these demons because we've been tricked before. Look at Adam and Eve. We've been tricked many times. So that's my say. That's my piece. Let me see him. When married, there should be one person submitting to the other, or else there is no final say. You dang right. Man equals head, woman equals neck. Let me see. Absolutely. You have to earn respect. And without respect, you will become, and without respect, well, you have to earn the respect. And without respect, you will become the queen. You ain't becoming no damn queen if you ain't got no respect. Maybe I didn't read that right. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. All right, we had a good time, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all have been amazing. I'm about to get on up out of here and prepare for some things. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dana. This is Dana. Thank you again. I really appreciate that, Dana. You are awesome. You are awesome. You are awesome. I really appreciate that. See, y'all are so dope, man. Don't be making me cry, bro. Sis. Don't be making me all sad and stuff. All right, guys. I'm about to go, man. I got to prepare for some things and just realize that I am horrible with meetings. My assistant is going to be pissed with me. All right. Later, gang. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.